Hi, my name is Samuel Mishkin. This is for Period 3 Honors World History. Today's date is February 17th, I believe. And the project for Chapter 11 I chose to do was to make a representation of Mecca. Well, in this case, the Grand Mosque in Mecca. This is only representation. It's not based or actually the real thing based on the dimensions. But let's start with the dimensions of the Grand Mosque. The general area is about an acre in area, so it's about 63 meters in length and in width. And inside you have a lot of carpets. That's for prayer. There's not only on this floor, but on the second floor. And you also have the not the Grand Mosque, the Kaaba, which is the sacred room that everyone prays towards whenever you're doing your 5 prayers a day. And the dimensions of this Kaaba is 13 meters by 12 meters, I believe, and 13 meters high, so it's a pretty well-rounded cube. This stone picture right here is known as the Black Stone. It is believed to be placed there by Muhammad and is the first block to be placed in the beginning of the construction of the Kaaba. So if we go inside, if I ever learn how to. There we go. So inside we see these 3 columns. They're just there for structural support. No big meaning. Now there are paintings on the walls. They are meant to be there for representation of the geometric shapes that are used to display beauty. But because Minecraft does not do that sort of fancy stuff, I had to resort to something that at least makes it pretty looking. Torches light the place all around, and there's some light sources used to make it to get extra lighting. This is another room. It's called like the Baba Kahat, and there's supposed to be a statue of Abraham in here, but Minecraft is not able making statues, so if there was a statue, it would actually be right where that torch is. And there's actually is a roof that's accessible to Mecca. No one really talks about it, but this inside this room is actually a stairway which leads up to the top of the Kaaba. And the grand leaders of, or the grand religious leaders from Mecca actually lead the ceremonies up here. And that's why there are carpets up here going in all different directions. So let's go down. This will take a moment. And let's head out. There we go. So there are about 1 million people who go to Mecca almost every single day. And there were people that were represented here, but now I can't find them anymore. I think they all went somewhere. Yeah, they're all roaming around right now. They were all in a big cluster before. But let's go to the second floor. And the ways of getting up are represented by ladders. There are some rooms that have 3 ladders, some rooms that have 1 ladder. The rooms with 1 ladder represent the stairs. there's two stairways, and the three ladders represent the elevators. Each elevator can hold approximately 60,000 people per trip. So we're making, I think, a 30 meter ascent. What we just did. And so this is the outer layer, or the outer floor of Mecca. So you can see pretty much everything here. There are 4 major light areas just to make sure I can see. There are once again carpets up here, as not everyone's going to be able to fit in that tiny little place right outside the Kaaba. It would be a miracle if it did. There are fences placed here just to represent the barriers that are used to just help people not fall off. Because if it weren't there, people would be falling off and it would be all over the news. So let's go down. I want to see if I can. I believe right over here is one of the stairway rooms. I think it is. No, it's not, but I'll tell you when I pass by one. What the? I'm somehow glitching out. Oh. Okay, everything's alright now. The animals do not represent anything, they're just randomly generated. I've tried to delete them, but they will not be deleted. So the final part that I want to show you is the giant towers, also known as the minarets. These are in height about 85 to 90 meters in height. So if you're scared of heights, this is not a place you want to be touring at. So I will actually try to find a different one, because that one's all crowded. Hopefully this one's not all crowded. I think there's only stairways up here, so this is the representation of a stairway. There could be ladders. I just couldn't find any pictures on if there was ladders or stairs. So it makes this a little bit faster, so I won't waste all of our time. And in here is the inside of the minaret. These checkered board-like blocks are actually known as note blocks, and they're actually here to represent the horns and the bells used to call everyone to prayer for this 5-time-a-day prayer. They would work, but for some reason they keep on glitching whenever I try hitting them. There are also clocks in here to know what time of day it is, just to make sure that the people who are in charge of it don't summon everyone at the wrong time of day and get everyone in a bad mood. And now this is going to be one generally long descent. So as this happens, I'm going to explain some other things. So the Mecca is where Muhammad was born, and he actually was kicked out of Mecca because of his beliefs in that. Sort of like how Jesus, they thought he was blasphemy. They thought that Muhammad was sort of making things up and that he wasn't the prophet and all that stuff. Then he went to Medina and he got some followers, and then recaptured or regained Mecca, and that's why we prayed to Mecca, and towards Mecca, and that's why we actually pray towards this thing, because this thing is actually where Muhammad used to pray, and actually where he wrote a lot of his findings. So, like I said, they pray 5 times a day. People come here to complete the 5th pillar of Islam. The first 4 being the Confession of Faith, which is basically saying that Allah is a God and Muhammad is a prophet. The second one being the prayer towards Mecca, specifically the Kaaba, 5 times a day. Third one being the giving 2.5% of your annual savings / incomes to the poor. Fourth one being Ramadan fasting, and fifth one being the Hajj, which is coming all the way from wherever you live to Mecca and doing 7 laps around this structure. I'm just doing 1 lap, and then doing your best to actually kiss the black stone as you forcefully try to push your way through all the other Muslims. Yeah, so this is that was my project. This took a long time to build. It took over 3-4 days to build. It took at least 50,000 blocks. Really long time. Almost had to restart the whole thing because I almost couldn't find it. It somehow fell out of the world. Hope you all liked it. And I'll see you in class.